Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today we have Anvil Aerospace. Okay, is it the second or third? Basically, it's the second biggest military brand in the verse. Second. Okay, you know what? Second because Aegis died. Aegis literally got two of the biggest ships out there, which is the Idris and the Javelin. So yeah, you can't fight. There's nothing to fight over there. Okay, so we have Anvil Aerospace today, and we have a cool new ship. Now, before we begin, obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. And of course, more importantly, you do not need to buy any of this ship with real money. All you need is a starter pack. Period. Done. This is mainly for me to discuss about for those who wants to pick up a little bit more, who wants to support CIG a little bit more. Now, unfortunately, all right, another big disclaimer for Invictus launch week, CIG has started, I won't say started, they have been already, but I think this one really bites a lot of people's opinion. I would say eek, pet peeve. What is that word? Technically, it's pay to win, but in general, if you buy ships with real money other than the starter pack, is already pay to win in my opinion. In the technical textbook, in my opinion, it is partially pay to win. All right, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because you actually cut down the time to grind for certain ships. That's 100%. That is literally a pay to win in everyone's book. Now, the only reason where people will take it as an argument point is you can buy big ships, but you need a crew. So maybe that is something that you can say not really pay to win, but it doesn't matter because the one that ignite a lot of people's opinion is the blades, flight blades, and that really puts I would say a, how do I put this? I really forgot the word. I thought I had it. In fact, I think I had it, and I really just dropped the ball. Uh, it leaves a bad taste in people's mouth because now not only you pay money to get certain ships, you have to pay money to get performance boosts. Yeah, it's a whole drama thing. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I'm just gonna put it out there that it is bad. In my opinion, it's bad because I would say the only microtransaction that I can allow it to go without, like, not say unchallenged, but um, you know what? We'll talk about this later. First thing first, let's cover the, what do you call this? And the ships. Oh, yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't like to cover all these things. But I have to admit, okay, charging people for performance boost is, it really crosses a threshold. All right. So with that, you do not need to buy any of this shit with real money. Again, I'm going to repeat this PSA. All you need is a starter pack. And what's better than a starter pack? The cheapest starter pack out there, $40.50. Either the Aurora MR or the Mustang Alpha. If you want to put a little bit more money into it, right, you want to support a little bit more, then the only starter pack that is above the $40.50 threshold is only the Avenger Titan starter pack. That's it. Yeah, the rest is, as long you're informed, as long you know what you want to do, go ahead. And then we'll talk about what ship should you get. Number one, the Anvil Arrow. It's a little nice light fighter ship at $75. This is the cheapest combat fighter that you can get into, and because it's small and nimble, it's actually quite a good ship. All right. Next up, with the Asgard, we're not going to talk too much about it, but $350. Just remember the price tag because we're going to compare with another ship. Next up, we have the Ballista. It's a vehicle, easy skip in general. The C8R Pisces at $65. Now, this is one, I would say, a small ship that if you really want to have it, and if you can dock the C8R Pisces in any of the bigger ship that you want to own, it is a great ship to pick up. Not for real money, but in-game. Okay, for in-game, that's for sure. But if you want to upgrade your starter ship to a C8R Pisces, I think it's okay, but $65, I think the Avenger Titan is a much better pick at $60. The only difference is C8R Pisces has a medical bed, and for me, I value medical bed utility over everything, because for Star Citizen, it is a sandboxy game. You want to explore, you want to take a risk, but at the same time, you don't want to take too much of a risk and respawn somewhere far, far away. The Pisces is one of those ships that can help you reduce the risk. Of course, if your ship get blown up, that's a whole different story, okay? Next up, we have the C8X Pisces Expedition. Easy skip in my opinion, but this is the base version. As you can see, $45 and $65. That's a $20 jump just to get a medical bid, and that is crazy. In my opinion, crazy. Next up, we have the Anvil Carrack, everyone's favorite ship, including me. However, I've graduated from the Carrack to more expensive ship. It's painful, okay? The Carrack is still one of the best, I would say, I dare say this, okay? The best end-game multi-crew ship that you can put it on your ultimate goal. Whereby this can be the one and only ship, alright, to just play the whole entire game. One of the biggest reason why the Carrack is a ship that many people loves it. It's the first multi-crew, not say multi-crew. It is one of those ships that has a military armor, right? And it has the best exploration module. Or I'd rather say, no, I cannot use the word module. Exploration suite. Because if I use the word module, other ships has exploration module. So yeah, okay, it has an exploration suite. And on paper, it says it should be the best of the best for its class. Now, the reason why I say for its class, because we need to know how exploration would be, how would the exploration gameplay be in the game. Would it be the Carrack has a capital size scanning suite or exploration suite, or is this a very special exploration suite where you can scan long distance? Only the Carrack can scan, but then again, the Endeavor has a has a science suite as well, has a telescope. So yeah, we need to know how the exploration goes, but in general, the Carrack has everything a person needs when it comes to pure exploration, and that's what makes me get this ship to begin with. $600, no, don't buy at sticker price. Please upgrade it, all right? Use the Warborn upgrade. There are plenty Warborn daily deals that you can grab during Invictus launch week. I already have some of them, not for this year. This year, there's I already have some from last year, from the previous year, and they kind of did not overlap too much, but some of them is like tempting, very, very tempting, but I already kind of have like something. And talking about Warborn upgrade, we have an F7C Hornet Mark II. Now, this is a very good upgrade in my opinion, because if you want to go something more than the Hornet, this is a great pick. And if you want something like you want a medium fighter, no, you want some firepower, but you don't want to pay too much of a firepower. The Hornet Mark II is actually a good ship, right? It's a good ship. But before we go to that, we're gonna stop with the Carrack. So that's Carrack, and I say upgrade to the Carrack. All right, don't buy the Carrack at sticker price, because that's just horrible. Plus, CIG has lots of money to begin with already, especially this year, or rather they already, I have to backtrack that word. They raised a lot of money already. Yep. Technically, kind of true, because they already have a lot of money to begin with this year. Yeah, okay. So next up, we have the Centurion. Easy skip vehicle. Next up, we have the Crucible. Now, the Crucible is an interesting ship. It is a support and heavy repair. Now, the only thing left on this ship is that can I carry a ship, because if you realize this is a Hornet, if I can carry a ship in my Crucible and fly everywhere, this is technically it's a cheap pocket carrier. Now, of course, there are 1 or 2 ships down the line that will rival the Crucible, but so far this is the cheapest one that you can get. When I say cheap, it's not cheap, okay, but cheapest among the selections. And at the same time, this ship will go up in price when it's flight ready, 100%. How much? I don't know. Maybe 450. Feels like 450, 425. You know what? I'm gonna say 425 for now, because we do not really know what's up with this ship right now. We don't even have a design, as in a white box or a gray box, whatever box. Right now we only have art style. And with that, next we have the F7C Hornet Mark II at $175. It is an expensive medium fighter, but this is a good medium fighter to pick, right? Now the question is it good enough for your needs? That's the question. In my opinion, this is a good medium fighter to begin, right? I would say this is the entry point to compare every medium fighter to. Like if you want the Aegis Saber, right? The Saber is definitely a stealth fighter, so the weapon armament is almost the same. Armor is a little bit less, but stealth signature is much lower. So that's a cool standard to, in my opinion, to measure. $175 with special upgrade offer, which is nice. Next up, the F7CM Super Hornet Mark II. Now, the Mark II leaves an interesting take. I want to say I have an interesting take on the Super Hornet Mark II. As much it is nice, it is great, it is definitely a step up from the base, or rather the Mark I Super Hornet, but I realize I'm a sucker for a little bit of nostalgic value, because the Super Hornet is the first ship that I flew in the free fly event. That was my first free fly event, and it got me hooked for Star Citizen. So I'm a little bit biased. I would definitely say the F7CM Super Hornet is a great ship. On top of that, you can put it is a 2-pilot ship, which means you can bring your friend along, which is nice. And that's that. And of course, your friend, the co-pilot, will control the top turret. But if you don't have your co-pilot, the top turret is slaved to you. Or rather, you can control, right? Simple as that. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Hornet Tracker Mark II. Now, again, we do not know about the scanning suite. The Tracker has a better scanning module. Right, this is a module because you can interchange between a scanning suite, or if you want a ball turret, or if you just want a storage compartment. Oh, not just, yeah, storage compartment. Next up is the Super Hornet Ghost. Now the Ghost unfortunately is a weaker stealth fighter compared to the Aegis Saber. However, that being said, the Hornet Ghost is still on the Hornet platform, which means you can put more firepower if you want to. That is, if you want to put a ball turret, no problem. You want to change it to a pseudo tracker, no problem as well. So I think that's the only selling point for the Hornet Ghost Mark II. Unfortunately, there are tests out there. The Mark II is I won't say slightly weaker, but it is slightly weaker than the Mark I. And the Mark I is cheaper, and I don't have the Mark I. I'm a little just a little upset about that. Next up, we have the king of PvE and PvP fighter out there, which is the F8C Lightning. Now this guy is locked behind an event badge, so bear that in mind. And because of that, it is $300. You can't go lower than that. The only thing you can go lower is the introduction price for the F8C Lightning, and that's about it. And because of that, I could not recommend this ship. This is an easy skip ship for me because I can't reduce the price, unfortunately. Next up, we have the Gladiator at $165. Now, this ship is an odd position at the moment. It is a fighter and a bomber, but it's neither a good fighter nor a good bomber. That's a problem. So the Gladiator really needs a rework. And I'm afraid, okay, I'm afraid when it reworks, it becomes quite nice, and I regret not getting it, because the Gladiator's flight, I won't say flight profile, the silhouette is actually quite interesting. Yeah, especially how the co-pilot gets in. Pilot and co-pilot, there will be a seat coming down, and then you sit on it and it goes up, which is very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm paying attention to this ship at the moment, but no news on rework. I do hope it gets reworked, because it really, really needs to change a little bit, right? It really, really, really needs to fulfill certain things. Whew. All right. Next up, we have the Anvil Hawk at $100. Now, this ship is a light fighter. It is a little bit more expensive version than the Arrow. However, the reason why it's a little bit more expensive, because the Hawk has an EMP device plus a holding cell for one prisoner. And that's the selling point of the Hawk, right? It's a bounty hunting ship. And that's about it. Yeah. That's about it. I want to say something cool about it, but I'm speechless about that. Next up, we have the Anvil Hurricane at $210. Now, this was the go-to pilot and co-pilot ship. This used to be the ultimate glass cannon. Now, not really. Right? It is still one of the I won't say heavy DPS, one of the biggest DPS output out there, but the Scorpius is a little bit better in general. Sure, the Hurricane has better weapon hardpoint, or yeah, I won't say better weapon hardpoint, more higher size hardpoint, right? But most of the firepower comes from the no, actually not really, because the Hurricane has size 4. Yeah, no, because of the new weapon rework, the Hurricane is like, yeah, it got taken down a 1 or 2 notch a little bit, because other ships can actually output almost the same, if not same DPS as the Hurricane. Yeah, that's the downside. But then again, because it has bigger hard point for the pilot, that means if they were to change up the weapons again, if they were to put higher size hardpoint has more range and firepower, then the Hurricane will benefit from it. Yeah, the go-to glass cannon was a scattergun build. It was hilariously overpowered. The moment you get in front, boom, boom, gone. But then again, the Hurricane is not say paper thin, but it is paper thin compared to other combat ships. So it gets, yeah, it will get shredded very, very fast if you get to hit it. Next up, we have the Legionnaire. The Legionnaire at $120. Unfortunately, this is a boarding ship, and this is a utility ship in general, a military utility ship. Easy skip, easy. Plus, it's in concept. Maybe you can upgrade to, and then hopefully when it goes up in price, maybe it goes to 150. Yeah, that's the only reason why you upgrade to a Legionnaire. Next up, we have the Liberator. This is another, I would say this is the official pocket carrier in the verse, because it is technically a light carrier category. It can fit in some tanks, and I think 3 ships. That's 1 landing pad for big enough for Drake, Cutlass Black, and 2 landing pads down here, if I'm not mistaken. So 1, 2, 3. If it's not 3, it'll be 2. 2 landing pads big enough to put 2 Cutlass Black, or if not, 2 F8C Lightning. Yup. If I'm not mistaken. $575. It better fits. Alright, that's a lot of money. Next up, this is one of the ships that I am anticipating, which is the Anvil Paladin. Now, the Paladin is a little bit interesting because it's maximum pew pew, all pew pew and no cargo. The only thing that I'm making a big fuss is there's no cargo grid on the Paladin. And that really, I wouldn't say make the ship bad, maybe for balance sake, right? More pew pew, less cargo. But then again, not enough pew pew. So one thing good about the Paladin is that the side turret, if you have a co-pilot or a gunner, they will take over the side turrets, or yeah. And then if you don't have a gunner nor a or a co-pilot, then the side turret is player control, and that is cool. Now obviously the bottom man turret is not slave to the pilot, so you can't control. But then again, yeah, it is interesting. This ship is interesting. Although it's $300, this ship will be overpriced when it's... Oh, wow. I have to admit, okay, this ship is going to be overpriced because... Okay, you know what? Let's see. Let's see how it goes. All right, last we got Spartan. It is a transport ground transport, easy escape. Anvil Terrapin. It is another scouting ship, $220. It is armored. It is cool. It is great, but that's about it, which is interesting. Next up, we have the Terrapin Medic, $220. So it swap out its scanning capabilities for healing, and that's cool. That's very cool. Yep, armored Wambulance. Next up, we have the Valkyrie, or rather the last on the list, we have the Valkyrie. It is a dropship. It is a combat dropship at $375. Now, the Valkyrie is cheap. It's more expensive than the Asgard. And that is a little bit interesting because, technically speaking, the Asgard should be about the same price, if not more expensive, because the Asgard can do a little bit better when it comes to utility. All right, it's still a dropship, so maybe, yeah, it really makes no sense because you really have more weapons, bigger. Okay, no, yeah, it really makes no sense. I just realized, bigger ship, everything bigger, but you pay less. Whereas the Valkyrie, okay, I'll put it this way, the Valkyrie and the Asgard is exactly the same in terms of the role. The only difference is Valkyrie is more dropship than gunship, whereas the Asgard is, oh, it's the same. This is mainly combat vehicle transport. All right, it did say, and then this is infantry dropship and Overwatch. So what's the difference between these two? Let's take a quick little look because I need to know. I need to know about this. It can fit in a Nova tank. Okay, demo, no. We don't care about that. Defense, Asgard's, Okay, so no, I don't think you lose the side turret because you do have the side gunner. Yeah, because that's the Valkyrie's profile as well. You got gunners, you got guns everywhere. Really? They get rid of the side guns? So if you get rid of the side guns, then the Valkyrie is more of a gunship, and this is more of a dropship. Let's check it out. Okay, cargo space 180 SU, guns pilot, 1 dual gimbal, 4 mounts, 1 bespoke missile rack. Huh, interesting. I'll definitely take a closer look with this because I'm going to do a separate video for the Asgard because we need to know, I need to know, you need to know as well whether the Valkyrie is a better pick versus the Asgard when it comes to dropship capability, because the Valkyrie is my go-to dropship, hands down. Now, because the Asgard can carry a tank, which means if you have more toys to carry around, or if you have an organization that is more military based, more combat focused, and you want to use your tanks a lot, then of course the Asgard is definitely much better. Yeah, no, I need to know. I really need to know because the Valkyrie only has the nose turret for the pilot, and then that's it. Yup. You know, the Asgard has more firepower in general, so why is it cheaper? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to compare about this in a separate video. So, with that, that's all I have for you for today. Yep. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And of course, don't forget to grab your Warbond Daily Deal if you want to upgrade to more expensive ship. And on top of that, what is better than a ship that you can upgrade to? No. I kind of messed that up. What is better than having a Warbond Daily Deal that you can enjoy halfway during your upgrade experience or your upgrade journey? That is one thing I like about this Warbond Daily Deal, and I really recommend everyone, if you want to upgrade to more expensive ship, just grab this along the way. And we're not going to talk about this because this really puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth, including me, selling how you call this, performance boost to your ships. And immediately, I don't really care about this. Yeah, all this stuff is easy skip in my opinion, and we did talk a lot already. Out of principle, I will not buy all these special pack. As much as I like some of the skins, no, I will not. All right, this for expensive, no, this for rich kids. And you know what? One thing fun about this, right? With this, I'm gonna close the video. A lot of content creators out there, when they see this price, like, what is this? Paying 5,970 Canadian dollars to enjoy Star Citizen? It is a scam. And I do agree. If you go into Star Citizen without knowing anything, without any information, sure, I'll grant you that. And there are a few small little reasons why this package exists. It's mainly for people who wants to, okay, not who wants to, people who already bought a lot of ships. This is one way to get your collection of ships in the game with lifetime insurance. Okay, sure. Unfortunately, this is not for everyone. That's 100%. Sinking in 5 grand, 6 grand just for internet spaceships, that's beyond me. I can't even I don't even sink that amount of what you call this, money in Star Citizen. Sadly, I did spend above $1,000, so that's how I can see these packs. Oh, all right, so that's that. That's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. Until then, I will see you guys in the next Star Citizen video. And at the same time, we're gonna really take a deep dive on the Asgard in terms of why is it cheaper? I do not understand. All right, see ya, my friends. Oh, I will see you in the verse and fly dangerous. Haha, almost forgot.